Do you really need to upgrade your plastic extruder assembly? A lot of people have said that it will never last. In this video, we're going to have a look for ourselves, so stick around. While troubleshooting what looked like a nozzle clog on my printer, I was reviewing all of the parts and noticed something that I didn't expect with the extruder assembly. Having a closer look, there seemed to be a few problems. One being that the idler wheel was not guiding the filament straight through. Instead, it would look like it had twisted upward slightly. And the next being that the spring had applied enough pressure to bend its bearing wall behind it a few degrees off a square. And the mounting plate is also raised up slightly on that side where it mounts to the printer. When looking from above, you might think that this piece is made from solid plastic, but it has a dirty little secret. These parts are actually fairly hollow, and now I understand why people are saying it might fail over time. In my case, printing inside of a warm enclosure mounted above a hot stepper motor, it is likely that the plastic was softened slightly. Now comparing it to the printer when I was assembling it, there was no gap visible below it, and I didn't recognize any of these issues at that point. So at least if the part doesn't break, it will be losing accuracy over time, and because of that, the filament has worn a new path through the plastic. If you've purchased one of these printers or a printer with similar components, I can recommend that when you first purchase this printer, print a small piece of ABS and bond it with acetone or plumbing cement to reinforce these areas. In order to prevent twisting of the idler, we can print a piece and mount it to the top and use a longer screw to connect the parts back together. I've created a little bit nicer set of parts and I'll put them in a link below, so if you'd like to print your own, you can. If printing parts to strengthen plastic isn't your favorite option, here's an aluminum version I purchased as a kit with Capricorn PTFE tubing and upgraded springs. More expensive printers come with these as standard, and it does have a standard M10 threaded hole and fitting. This allows the tube to pass through in order to seat at the bottom of the housing for a longer lasting connection. This thread size also allows some other options to be used down the line to connect the tubing. I would expect that printing abrasive filaments will still wear down the aluminum over time. I have plans on printing carbon fiber PTFE, so I may end up drilling these holes out and insert a steel sleeve if they do. Now there are lots of other options as well. The BMG extruders have a very good reputation. There's also an option for a dual gear extruder. However, this one has a few design issues which I'd like to address before installing it. It does have a few nice features though that I'd like to explore, and it may just make it into a future video. This is one of the most critical components of the printer, and for that reason I've gone ahead and upgraded. If the plastic one were to completely fail mid-print, I'd lose on filament and I may not be able to send the parts out on time. These are available to purchase without the tubing and they aren't very expensive. If you do upgrade, it doesn't need to be right away. Mine's been working for about 6 months and it probably still had some life left in it. If you've had your plastic extruder assembly fail, please share your experience with us in the comments and what you did to fix the problem. I hope you enjoyed the video and found it helpful. If you did, make sure you like and subscribe. Take care everybody, we'll see you on the next one.